new mosque in our city. And now I want to tell you about Christianity. So it was in the first century when Saint Andrew came to our country. And he started praying. He was helping poor people and beautiful, and he also built the first wooden church in our country. But it's not very easy to impress Georgians. That's why it took 300 years for them to think about this new religion, Christianity. And it was in the first century when another saint came to our country, and her name is Nino. Have you heard this name before? Yeah, it's a very popular name in our country. And she came from Cappadocia, and while rushing, she forgot the main tool, the symbol of Christianity. And of course, it is the cross. But she was a clever girl, and she decided to make this cross herself. She easily found two branches of grapevine tree, and she tied them with her long, beautiful hair. And today, this handmade cross is a symbol of Georgian Christianity. And you can see these handmade crosses all over Georgian churches today. And mostly Saint Nino is holding this handmade cross in her icons. And it was about first symbol of Christianity in our country. And now I want to tell you about the second one. And I'm sure that you know that wine is very religious drink in Christianity, right? And also it is a symbol of Georgia, because Georgia is a country of wine, and it scientifically proves that people who were living in Georgia about 8,000 years ago were making wine here and was also even drinking it, and they are drinking it now too, and no one can stop them because they really love drinking alcohol drinks. Yes. And now I want you to return to this building. And I want to tell you that it was built by Georgians. And you may know that in Islam it's forbidden to drink alcohol drinks, right? But as I told you, this building was built by Georgians. That's why it has a very interesting decoration. It's decorated with forbidden grapes, and it's very unusual to see this decoration inside of mosques, right? And now we have to go inside of it, and we'll be able to see these decorations with our eyes. But before that, do you have any questions about religions in our country? Not yet, right? Okay, so we have to go. Decoration. Can you hear this one? I was talking about this decoration, and as I told you, it's very unusual to see them inside of mosques. And also, I want to tell you that this building was built in 19th century. It was built in 1866. And also, I want to tell you a little bit about this place. You may know that this is a place where Muslim people are preparing for praying. They are washing their faces and hands and legs, and after that, they are going inside of this place and they are starting praying. And also, you can see that they are praying right now too. Okay, it was all about this place, about Middle Mosque in Batumi. And now we have to go this way. But before that, do you remember that I told you that we have to see many countries in Batumi, right? And now we can start our traveling. And I want you to imagine that this arc, which is at the end of this yard, is a portal. And through this portal, you will be able to see another country in Batumi. So we have to go this way, please. Turkey, because this place is really full of Turkish restaurants, cafes, hairdressers, and so on and so on. And also there is one specific gender presentation. You can see that there are mostly men who are sitting around, who are playing board games, and so on and so on. And there are only few women who are working in these places. So we can say that after hundreds of years, nothing has changed here. And now I want to ask you another question. What do you think? Where could we go, and what could they do when they had their free time?
Georgian.
Georgian, right, who are living here, who are working. They are cooking every day, not on free time, but not ideal, yes, right? Okay, it's okay. Of course, we'll be able to see this traditional place, and I was talking about Georgian traditional baths. Yes, and during our walking tour, we'll be able to see them. And now we have to go this way, and I'll show you one interesting place and one interesting tree. As I told you, Georgia is a country of wine, right? So we have many grapevine trees all around this place. And of course, we have them in Batumi too, and most people use them to decorate their balconies, like this one, for example. But I brought you here not to tell you about grapevine trees, but I want to show you this one, this tree. And what do you think, what can it be? Have you seen this tree before or not? No?
Walnut? No, walnut. No.
So this one is Kiwi Tree. And do you remember that at the beginning of our tour I told you about merchants and sailors who were coming here in Batumi, and there were people who brought kiwi trees here and climbed it in Batumi, and the tour is perfect for them. That's why we have plenty of them around today. And kiwi fruits are very healthy. They contain more vitamin C's and oranges, and also they use in our face skin, and people say that they save us from depression. And so, do you know how to plant kiwi tree? No? If you want to plant kiwi tree, you have to take 4 male kiwi lianas and 1 female kiwi liana. And now you can see them intertwined. Can you see it? So it is a secret of planting kiwi tree. And during our walking tour, you'll be able to see another interesting tree in Batumi. And now we have to follow this road because we have to talk about Georgian traditional baths, right?
Not yet.
You need to listen, not yet?
Not yet.
So, I haven't seen Georgian traditional baths in the
Yeah, I was.
Oh, really? Yeah. So Felice is really full of these traditional places, but in Batumi, this one, which is inside of this hotel, is the only traditional bath today. Can you see the roofs of this traditional bath? Yes. So, unfortunately, it's a part of private properties. That's why we can't enter it, and also they are under reconstruction. But don't worry, I will tell you about traditions which are connected to this place. But if you want to visit them and go inside of them, you have to visit our capital city because you can even wash your bodies here. So now I want to tell you that women who had their free time were coming here. And of course they were washing their bodies and laundry, and also they were exchanging news and gossips. And also these women were looking for brides for their sons. So we can say that it was like trade market of brides in Georgia and in Batumi. If you wanted to get married soon, you had to come here, show the best parts of your body to your future mother-in-law to prove that you were ready enough to have babies in the future. Have babies in the future. So it was about first tradition. And I want to say that this place was open every day, but of course it was open for men 6 days a week, and it was open for women just on Thursdays. So they were coming here on Thursdays. And also there is second tradition which is connected to Georgian massage. Have you heard about it or not?
Not yet.
So it was not as pleasant as this Thai massage, that's why we don't have this massage today. But we have many Thai massages all around Batumi streets. So its name is Georgian hardcore scrub massage, and someone strong was doing it, and it was like survival. He or she was rubbing your body, and after that you were losing about 3 kilos of your skin. And I told you it was like survival, really. And of course after that you were feeling slim and free. And the last step of this massage was throwing cold water on your body. But you were not worrying about it because you knew that it was the last step. And also, I want to draw your attention to these balconies. Can you see them? They are all around this place. And also, they are a very important part of our city. So, in the past, it's a place where there is hotel shared school where boys were learning blacksmithing. So, making these iron decorations, this tradition comes from this time. And it became very popular, and it spread all over Georgia. So, today you can see this iron decoration not only in Batumi but in whole country. And also, you can see them not only on balconies but also on windows, on doors, and so on. And also you can see that they are quite long. It means that they can be shared between apartments. So in Georgia and in Batumi, your neighbors are your closest relatives. They just come to your house and from the balcony without knocking on the door, and it's okay in Batumi. And you don't have to lock the door because they will think that you're hiding something from them. And it's very unusual and strange when people hear this story, I mean from different countries, but also on the other hand you are feeling that you are a part of big Batumian family. Yes. So it was all about this place in Batumi, and once they brought these boys these statues from Germany. These are statues of boys who are sitting and holding musical instruments. They are holding flutes, and as I told you, they were made in Germany. And also there is one special thing connected to them. Can you see that there is a free place behind these statues? Right? There is a free place behind these boys, and it was made on purpose so when the weather was windy, these musical instruments, these flutes were playing by themselves. But ironically, in 1914, German boat came here and threw 15 rockets on Batumi. And one of them fell on these boys, and of course they were damaged. But after the war, our government fixed them, but unfortunately we lost the secret of these musical instruments. That's why they are not playing right now. And please remember these boys because we are going to see them again while visiting Batumi Boulevard. Okay, so welcome to Italian part of Batumi. The name of this square is La Piazza Square. Just 10 years ago, there was nothing on this place, but there was just an old Soviet school and poor houses. And our former president, whose name is Nichols, decided to transform our city, and he created all of this. And to fulfill his project, he brought professionals from many countries of the world. And he started creating this beautiful place. And once he visited Italy, and he saw a beautiful square there in San Marco, and he wanted to create a square like this in Batumi. place that he really did it. And designer of this place is Batumi Georgië. And this woman created all of this from 88 million pieces. They are shells and they are things that are connected to the sea. And also, there are 8 circles in the central part of this mosaic. And the circles have different sizes and they are one in another. And they are also connected to the sea because they are all mermaids. And the most important one, the most important mermaid is the smallest one. Can you see her? She is holding fish, right? And it said that she is a daughter of designers, her 5-year-old daughter. Yes, so it was all about this place, and also I want to draw your attention to these colorful windows. Can you see them? They are special because they are all handmade. Of course, you can take pictures, you'll have a few minutes to do it, and I will be waiting for you in front of this golden woman. Can you see her? Yeah? And I will tell you about her as well. So, and there are 2 stories which are connected to her. The first one says that she is the wife of a man who owns a hotel behind her. And also there is a second story which is connected to the person who created all of this. So the story is connected to Saga. You know that you have heard about it, right? Yeah? About the machine? Yeah.
Yeah, he works in Ukraine.
Yes, in Ukraine, yes. That's why I asked this question, yes. And you may know that he is quite strange person. He was a part of Turkey. But Turkish government allowed people to build this building here because there were many Greek people living in Batumi. And they were about 50% of population. And they built it here, and they were coming here, and they were praying, they were exchanging news, and so on and so on. But at first, of course, ringing bells was forbidden because of Ottoman Empire and its rules. And now I want to tell you that at first this church was blue, and after this place, La Piazza Square was created, architects decided to repaint it to make balance in the streets, and today it has these colors. And the name of this church is Saint Nichols Church, and you can see that there is his icon in front of this building, right? So it was all about the church, and now in Armenia, but I can tell you that many people in Armenia are also Christians like in Georgia, and our churches are like each other. But also there is one big difference. And can you guess what is the biggest difference between Georgian and Armenian churches? No? It's okay. They have the same style and it's called cross dome style, but also there is one big difference, and this difference is in bell towers. You can see that in Armenian churches, bell towers are built on the top of the churches, right? But in Georgia, these bell towers are standing separately. They are not a part of the church. Yes, so it is the biggest difference between these churches. And now I want to tell you a little bit about our past. So our country, Georgia, was a part of Soviet Union for 70 years. And during this time, all religions were forbidden. And all these religious places, these mosques and these churches were rearranged into something practical. There were libraries and sports clubs and cultural clubs and so on and so on. And this Armenian church was rearranged into planetarium. And it was ideologically good idea because Soviet person could come, go inside of it, go upstairs, look at the sky and say, look, there is no God between the stars. And it was very usual situation in our country, and as many other countries were part of Soviet Union.
Şu anda Gürcistan, Gürcistan ve Batum. Eskişehir diye geçiyor. Yalnız çok güzel gerçekten. Yağmurlu bugün. Biraz ıslandık o kadar. Onun haricinde hava güzel. Ancak çok şık, çok güzel bir yer burası. La Brioche. Saat kulesi. İnanılmaz güzel bir yer gerçekten. Sanırım akşam da konserimiz var burada. Gördüğünüz gibi. Çok şık bir meydan. Seramik ayrıca güzel. Gerçekten. Yapış gibi işlenmiş. Maşallah.
Диско есть? Диско нет. Тогда все. До свидания.
Все есть у нас, все есть.
Rain Forestan.
Yes. Yeah, we've been to the redwood. We are architecture of Petra Forest Fortress. And a beautiful sightseeing on Batumi. We are like 20 kilometers from Batumi center.